In this episode, we're going to be breaking down the Mouse trailer, a new game coming out. We're going to be breaking it down scene by scene and explaining its significance. I'm your host Jake, and you're watching The Game Room. So yeah, there's a new game coming out on Steam, and it all has to do with Steamboat Willie reaching the public domain. This game looks awesome, but first we have to answer a few questions. Starting with, well, what is Steamboat Willie, then what is the public domain? And we'll continue on after that. So let's start with, what is Steamboat Willie? So, Steamboat Willie was a Disney cartoon that starred on November 18th, 1928. It played in the Universal's Colony Theater in New York. Now, this wasn't the first cartoon to ever come out, but it was the first cartoon to ever be distributed. And it was the first cartoon in Mickey's lineup. It was the first cartoon to really give us the Mickey Mouse, not Disney's first ever cartoon, which creates a really big deal. And after it came out, it went huge. Now that it's reached public domain, we all can use it. But what does that exactly mean, public domain? And we're gonna hit that right now. What is public domain? Well, public domain, according to the Wikipedia page, is a public domain film is a film that was never under copyright, was released to public domain by its author, or whose copyright has expired, which is exactly what happened at Disney. After Steamboat Willie came out, their copyright expired. In fact, Disney tried to postpone it many, many times, but it, in the end, never actually worked out. So why is this all important? Well, it means that we can all use Steamboat Willie as much as we want, which means we can do the characters, the set, we could do the entire short film, in fact. Which is exactly what some channels did, which is, I think, hilarious. Now, can you use the other Mickey Mouse? No, Disney still owns him. So red pants, white gloves, that whole thing, he cannot be shown at all and you claim it as your own. But Steamboat Willie can. They are no longer affiliated with Disney and we can use it as long as we want. Which means a lot for filming and video games, which is what we're gonna hit today. So we start off with a trailer with our mouse eating some cheese. This is our playable character. So we just see him munch down on some cheese while we hear someone with a very ominous voice saying, "I have a feeling this isn't over yet." Immediately after that, we cut to the dev logo that turns black and white and turns animated, which I think is a really fun little thing that they did. I love seeing logos change depending on the theme of their movies or video games, which I plan on doing for my Shock Entertainment logo for movies and shows that will be coming out in the future. We'll talk about that later. As you play through the game, you actually see little blood splats on the screen, which is a fine attention to detail. And it's not much violence because, well, it's all in black and white. So you just see little black ink splotches almost on your screen. The game introduces to us a lot of different guns. We have the shotgun, the drum gun, and we also have the fist with a little cartoony wind up before you punch them, which is really neat. You also have the sniper, the pistol, and a finger gun, you know, like the little thing that you do with your hands. That is a weapon in the game, which is really cool. Not only that, but you also have the dynamite. And I also noticed that he kicked a barrel at someone and it exploded and, you know, killed them. But there's not enough to see if that's a weapon or just a thing that you can use throughout a certain map. The trailer also introduces a lot of consumables. We see cheese at the very beginning of the trailer. We also see a can of what I think is spinach, when I had to really zoom in on that thing. And we also see coffee closer to the end of the trailer. Not only that, but we have a lot of maps. The ones that I could really count on was the boat interior, maybe like some sort of office. I couldn't tell the difference between the two. We also see docks and a shipping yard. I don't know if they're going to be the same or different, but it looks like they might be mixed together. We also see some sort of prison, maybe like a mission to break him out, a very spooky hallway with cobwebs everywhere, A pretty neat looking factory, which I also think is where the boss arena is at, where we defeat the final boss, or at least one of the final bosses in the multiple levels. As the trailer continues, we see a poster saying "Forward to New America" with a little mouse in front of a boat. Not only that, but we also see piano physics right after that. As the poster's in the background, you just shoot the rope of the piano and it falls on people. Perfect for a cartoon video game. Later on, we see a newspaper pop up on the screen, and we looked at the detail, and it read, "The Mouseburg Herald, number 287, the 14th of October, 1935, only for 3 cents. The headlines we see are "Election Rally in the Hotel," "Tension Rising in Germany," and "Piano Falls from the Sky, 5 injured," kind of indicating of what we just saw before with the poster. Later on in the trailer, we see our character pick up a baseball card that reads "Wilson, Bree Ruth," I think is what it says. I am not good with, reading, because why not? And then after that, we see the player kick the barrel at the enemy, which either is a part of the map or a special weapon or something of that sense, some sort of physics thing with that. And the trailer ends with the "coming into 2025. This game looks amazing, and I can't wait for it to come out on Steam. I might do a Game Room episode just on the actual Steam game, because it looks awesome. This game has a very, Cuphead style to it, drawing-wise, but it's all in black and white, which you don't really see in either the show or the game of Cuphead. I think there might be a little bit of black and white. It's been a while since I've seen or played both. Not only that, but we've noticed that it takes place in the 1940s thanks to the newspaper saying that there's tension rising in Germany, which is probably some sort of mouse Hitler taking over and just invading Poland and the whole thing. So I'm excited to see if they ever mention that in the actual game. So yeah, this game looks like a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the new trailers that might come out with it. I hope you enjoyed the Game Room. Be sure to follow our Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Twitch, subscribe to our gaming channel if you're interested in more video game stuff. It's a lot of fun. Join our Discord, and all of the links you'll find in the description. And I'll see you in the next episode of the Game Room.